As we get older, one of the most important goals for many of us is maintaining our independence. Whether it's staying active, living in our own homes, or simply being able to care for ourselves, independence plays a huge role in our well-being and happiness. But as we age, maintaining that independence can become challenging. Our physical health might change. Our environment might become cluttered. And even the smallest of tasks can sometimes feel overwhelming. What if there was a simple way to make these challenges easier? A way to stay in control of your environment, reduce stress, and improve your physical and mental health, all without needing to follow complicated or time-consuming routines? That's where the 1-minute rule comes in. The 1-minute rule is a simple concept with a powerful impact. It's based on the idea that if something takes 60 seconds or less to do, you do it right away. By incorporating this small habit into your daily routine, you can avoid the stress and clutter that often come with procrastination, stay active, and even improve your mental clarity. In this video, we're going to explore the 1-minute rule in depth. We'll explain exactly what it is, why it's so beneficial, particularly for seniors, and give you practical advice on how to implement it in your own life. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this tiny habit can have such a big impact on your overall independence. Section 1. What is the 1-minute rule? At its core, the 1-minute rule is incredibly simple. If a task takes 60 seconds or less to complete, do it right away. Whether it's putting away a dish, taking out the trash, replying to a quick email, or folding a shirt, the 1-minute rule is all about acting in the moment rather than postponing tasks. The power of this rule lies in its simplicity. It's easy to follow and doesn't require a lot of effort or time. In fact, it only takes a minute. But when you start applying it, it can have a profound effect on your life. Rather than letting small tasks pile up, you handle them immediately, and this prevents them from becoming overwhelming. For example, when you finish a meal, instead of letting the plate sit on the counter, you wash it right away. Instead of letting your coat sit on the chair, you hang it up immediately. These might seem like small actions, but over time, they add up to a huge difference in how you feel about your environment and your ability to manage your home. If you've made it this far, comment 1 down below. Section 2. Why is this rule important for seniors? Now let's talk about why this rule is especially important for seniors. Maintaining independence as we age is something many of us strive for, but it can be difficult when we face physical, mental, or emotional challenges. The 1-minute rule is a small habit, but it can have a big impact on our quality of life as we age. Here's why. Preventing overwhelm and reducing stress. As we get older, it's easy for small tasks to pile up, and when that happens, they can become overwhelming. What starts as one dirty dish or a small pile of laundry can quickly snowball into a major source of stress. The 1-minute rule helps you prevent that. By tackling small tasks as soon as they appear, you prevent them from accumulating and becoming unmanageable. The rule gives you a sense of control over your environment, which in turn reduces stress and anxiety. When tasks accumulate, they can make your living space feel chaotic, and that chaos often translates into mental clutter. The 1-minute rule helps restore order, both physically and mentally. It's a way to maintain clarity in your life, so you're not constantly feeling overwhelmed by things that need to get done. Promoting physical activity. Staying active is one of the most important aspects of maintaining independence as we age. The 1-minute rule encourages physical movement throughout the day. Whether it's bending down to pick up something from the floor, walking to the trash can, or standing up to put something away, these small movements help keep your body engaged and your joints flexible. Regular movement helps to maintain your strength, improve balance, and prevent falls, which are common risks for seniors. The 1-minute rule is a great way to sneak in physical activity without needing to devote extra time or effort to a formal exercise routine. When you're completing small tasks, you're engaging your muscles, improving flexibility, and even boosting your cardiovascular health, all by simply handling everyday responsibilities right when they arise. Improving mental clarity and focus. Mental clutter can have a huge impact on your mood and mental well-being. When your environment is disorganized, or when you're constantly surrounded by unfinished tasks, it can be mentally exhausting. The 1-minute rule helps create an organized and tidy space by addressing small tasks immediately. This, in turn, reduces mental clutter and improves your focus. Additionally, as you complete each small task, you get a sense of accomplishment which boosts your mood and confidence. When you complete a task, no matter how small, your brain gets a little dopamine boost. This chemical is associated with reward and motivation, and it helps reinforce good habits. As you handle more tasks right away, you'll notice that it becomes easier to stay organized and focused, which in turn reduces mental fatigue and makes it easier to stay independent. Increasing self-reliance. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of relying on others to do things for us. However, the 1-minute rule helps promote self-reliance. By taking charge of small tasks right away, you empower yourself to handle things independently. Whether it's cleaning up after a meal, organizing paperwork, or dealing with minor repairs, the habit of immediately addressing tasks reinforces your independence and gives you a sense of accomplishment. Small tasks like organizing your kitchen or sorting through mail can quickly snowball if left unattended. If you let these tasks build up, they become larger and more daunting, and this might leave you feeling like you need help. The 1-minute rule helps you stay on top of these tasks, keeping them manageable and preserving your ability to handle your day-to-day responsibilities. If you've made it this far, comment 2 down below. Section 3, Real-Life Examples and Success Stories. Let's take a look at some real-life examples of how the 1-minute rule can improve the lives of seniors and help them maintain their independence. Margaret, 72. Margaret struggled with managing her paperwork. Bills, letters, and junk mail would pile up, and she'd often forget to deal with them until it became a stressful task. By implementing the 1-minute rule, she started sorting her mail right away. Bills went into the to-be-paid pile, junk mail was tossed, and important documents were filed immediately. Now Margaret doesn't have to worry about overdue bills, missed appointments, or sifting through a pile of clutter. This simple habit has made her life much more organized and less stressful. Robert, 78. Robert had trouble keeping his home tidy. He'd often leave his shoes and clothes around the house, which not only made things look cluttered, but also posed a safety risk. After adopting the 1-minute rule, Robert started putting things away immediately. His shoes went into the closet, and clothes were folded or hung up right away. His home became much safer, and he felt more in control. This small change helped reduce his risk of tripping over clutter and made his living space more comfortable. Linda, 68. Linda wanted to stay active but didn't enjoy formal exercise routines. She wasn't interested in going to the gym or doing long workout sessions, so she found a way to incorporate movement into her daily routine. Every time Linda got up to do something, she would stretch for a minute. When making coffee, she would do a few calf raises. These small, simple movements helped Linda stay mobile and flexible without the need for structured exercise. Over time, she noticed improvements in her balance and overall strength. Edgar, 75. Edgar has always been a fan of gardening, but as he got older, the physical strain of bending and kneeling became difficult. Using the 1-minute rule, Edgar began making small improvements to his garden a little at a time. Instead of waiting for the weekend to do everything, he'd spend a minute or two each morning pulling weeds, trimming bushes, or watering plants. These quick tasks helped him maintain his garden, stay active, and avoid overwhelming physical labor. If you've made it this far, comment 3 down below. Section 4. How to start using the 1-minute rule today. Now that you understand the value of the 1-minute rule, let's discuss how you can start using it today. It's all about making small, incremental changes that you can stick with. Here's how to get started. Pick a focus area. Start by focusing on one area of your life. Maybe you want to keep your kitchen clean or stay on top of your laundry. By narrowing your focus, you'll avoid feeling overwhelmed and can build the habit gradually. Once you feel comfortable with one area, expand to others. Set reminders. It can be easy to forget to complete small tasks right away, especially when you're busy or distracted. To help you stay on track, set reminders. These could be phone alerts, sticky notes, or visual cues in your home. The more consistent you are, the more natural it will feel. Turn it into a game. Make the process more enjoyable by turning it into a challenge. See how many 1-minute tasks you can complete in an hour, or challenge yourself to beat your record. This makes the process fun and rewarding, and it motivates you to keep going. Celebrate your successes. After completing a task, take a moment to acknowledge your success. Whether it's a mental note or a small reward, celebrating your progress helps reinforce the habit. It's a great way to stay motivated and feel good about what you've accomplished. Stay patient and consistent. It's important to be patient with yourself as you begin implementing the 1 minute rule. It may feel awkward or difficult at first, but over time, it will become second nature. The more consistent you are, the more benefits you'll see. If you've made it this far, comment 4 down below. Section 5, the science behind why it works. The 1 minute rule works because of how our brains process tasks and rewards. When we complete small tasks, our brains release dopamine, a chemical that makes us feel good. This dopamine release motivates us to continue completing tasks, creating a positive feedback loop that helps us build productive habits. Additionally, the 1 minute rule helps break the cycle of procrastination. When we put off tasks, they tend to grow in importance and become mentally burdensome. By handling tasks immediately, we prevent them from becoming bigger problems, and our brains don't have to constantly remind us of the tasks that need to be done. This reduces stress and allows us to stay focused and productive. If you've made it this far, comment 5 down below. Section 6, frequently asked questions. Before we wrap things up, let's address some of the most common questions we get about the 1 minute rule. These questions can help clear up any confusion and offer more insights on how to make this rule work in your life. What if I forget to do something right away? This is a great question. It's important to remember that the 1 minute rule isn't about being perfect. Life happens, and sometimes we forget. The key here is to not be hard on yourself. The more you practice, the easier it gets. If you forget to complete a small task, just make a habit of doing it as soon as you remember. The important thing is to get back on track, even if it's a little later. Consistency is what makes the rule powerful, not perfection. Think of it as building a habit, and habits take time to form. Another helpful tip is to create reminders. Setting a phone alarm or leaving sticky notes around your house can serve as a gentle nudge to get back into the habit of tackling small tasks immediately. Over time, you'll find yourself forgetting less and less. Can this really make a difference in my life? Absolutely. It might seem small, but the 1 minute rule can have a profound effect when applied consistently. Over time, handling small tasks immediately prevents them from building up into larger problems that feel overwhelming. The reduction of stress, improved organization, and the increase in your physical activity levels will help you feel more in control of your day. And let's not forget the mental clarity you'll experience when your environment stays organized and clutter-free. The impact might not be immediate, but after a few weeks of practicing this rule, you'll notice a huge difference in how you feel about your space and your ability to manage your life. Also, it's not just about physical tasks. Mentally, when you make a habit of acting on small tasks right away, you reinforce a mindset of efficiency and control. This translates into other areas of life as well, helping you stay proactive in tackling challenges and maintaining your independence. What if a task takes longer than 1 minute? If a task takes longer than a minute, it's okay. The 1 minute rule is really about setting a benchmark for small, manageable tasks. When something takes more than 60 seconds, break it down into smaller tasks. For example, if you have a pile of laundry to fold, focus on folding one item at a time or fold just a few pieces. If you need to clean a countertop, wipe down a small section instead of tackling the whole thing at once. By breaking the task into smaller steps, it becomes less daunting, and you still apply the principle of addressing things as soon as they arise. For larger tasks that truly need more than a minute of your time, schedule them for a specific time, but don't leave them hanging for long. Keeping a to-do list and breaking things down into smaller chunks will make everything feel more manageable. What if I'm not physically able to do something immediately? If you have physical limitations, that's absolutely okay, and you can still apply the 1 minute rule in a way that works for you. The key is to do what you can in the moment. For instance, if you can't bend down to pick something up, you could use a grabber tool or ask for assistance. The idea is to not let tasks sit undone, but instead to find ways to stay engaged with your environment in a way that suits your physical needs. In fact, by incorporating small tasks into your routine, you can prevent larger, more strenuous jobs from piling up and requiring more intense physical effort later on. Even if it's just moving an item to a safer place or using a tool to help you reach something, You're still engaging with your surroundings and maintaining control over your space. What if I don't know where to start? If you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of incorporating the 1-minute rule into your life, start small. Pick one area that's manageable and focus on it. For example, maybe you start by handling your dishes right after meals, or you decide to organize your mailbox each day. Starting with one small task will help you build momentum without feeling like you need to change everything all at once. Once you've mastered that task, expand to others. Small steps lead to big results. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. As you develop the habit, it will naturally spread to more areas of your life. If you've made it this far, comment 6 down below. So there you have it, the 1-minute rule. It's simple, effective, and incredibly powerful in helping seniors maintain independence. You don't need to make huge changes or follow a complicated routine to benefit from this rule. By committing to handle small tasks right when they arise, you can reduce clutter, stay active, and keep your mind clear. The beauty of the 1-minute rule is that it's sustainable. You don't have to invest hours of your day to improve your environment or your health. Instead, you can make tiny adjustments that add up to big changes over time. What's even better is that this rule doesn't require any special equipment, complex strategies, or even a lot of time. Just a commitment to doing what you can, when you can, for a more independent life. As you start applying the 1-minute rule in your life, remember to be patient with yourself. Developing a new habit takes time, and there will be moments when you slip up or forget. That's okay. The key is to keep going, stay consistent, and watch as these small actions make a big difference. By implementing this simple habit, you'll notice a reduction in stress, an increase in physical activity, and a stronger sense of control over your life. You'll feel more confident and capable in your daily tasks, and that sense of accomplishment will fuel your desire to keep going. So why not start today? Pick one small task and see how it feels to complete it immediately. Over time, you'll build a habit that will serve you for years to come. Independence doesn't have to be a lofty goal. It can be a daily choice, 1 minute at a time. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more tips on staying independent and living your best life. Let us know in the comments. What's the first task you're going to tackle using the 1-minute rule? We'd love to hear from you and support you on your journey to greater independence.